Let me figure this out. Let me figure it out. Let me figure it out. Wait. Wait, why does this say 6:04? Do I not have any video? What's going on? All right, there we go. All right, I think we're here. We're here. We're in the building. Wait, what's going on? Why is it not letting me do that? Wait, what is going on with this thing? All right, do it. Do this and come back. Maybe that. Hey, bro. Zedit Edits. Zezid Edits. What's going on, my brother? Normally I start my live stream and I start to make coffee. So you can come along on the ride with me as I make some coffee. And let me know where you're from, what you're doing. How's your mama and them? Is this thing not following me? Like just give me all the information. Give me all the 411 on what you got going on in your life. Turn this on. Whole procedure. Get the coffee happening. Let's turn on some lights. What do you say? We need some lights up in here. Get some brightness. I need to put that up. Let's see. Let's see what someone talking about over here while I'm waiting for my coffee to get made. Zezit, how's your day going? You're from the Philippines? Me too. Zezit, I'm in Tagaytay. What part of the Philippines are you from? What part of the Philippines are you from, Zezit? Let me, wait, hold on. Let's turn my, let's get my theme music, making coffee theme music going. Manila, okay, I'm south of you.
It's gonna take a little love just to get
James is here. James, my brother. James on his second cup of coffee. He's been up for like, I don't know, a couple hours now. What time is it there now, James? If it's a little after 6 here, was it about 5 o'clock there? So you've been up since like 4 o'clock drinking coffee. Something like that. James, I knew he's in Houghton, Louisiana. Von Dormo, hey, good evening there. Were you in the military? And Zezed said hi again. I appreciate you still being here, Zezed. Yes, Von, I was U.S. Navy, bosun mate. And how about yourself? Let's shout out to anybody in the chat that was in the military. Thank you for your service. You're my brother. Like I always say, you know, like all of the armed forces, at least in the U.S., you know, we all, you know, kind of joke around about each other, you know, like, you know, the Marines and Navy joke about each other, and the Navy and Army joke about each other, and everybody jokes about the Air Force. Just kidding. But, you know, I always say, you know, like the armed forces are like brothers, you know, like we'll pick on each other and joke around with each other, but, you know, when push comes to shove, like we're gonna have our brothers back, and that's the way I feel about the armed forces. Like, you know, anybody that served in the military, like, you're my brother and I got your back. Von Dormo said, "Go Tigers," but you spelled it wrong, Von. It's go is spelled Geaux. Go Tigers. James been up since 2 a.m. Bazooka wanted out. James, how's Bazooka? Have you noticed any difference in Bazooka since, you know, Gabe passed? Like, has it affected his like personality any, or is he just happy to be getting all the attention? Von Dormo, U.S. Army, still in the Army Reserve. Got to get that retirement income however I can get. I hear you. I had to get out. My wife at the time, you know, caught pregnant. My next duty station was going to be in Sardinia, and they didn't have a hospital that was, you know, there where I was going to be stationed. So she would have had to stay like mainland Italy, you know, in Naples, you know, to be close to the naval hospital there, like throughout her pregnancy. And she didn't want to be that far away from her mama while she was pregnant. So anyway, I said, okay, I'll get out. And, you know, I mean, your family's more important than anything. So, all right. Oh, wait. Hold on, let me see. Wait. Noegi Capasanda said hi. Vaughn said, have you heard about Combat Craig? No. What happened with Combat Craig? Noegi Capasando says a lot of stuff in, I'm trying to decipher if that's Chinese, no, Japanese maybe? I would think maybe Japanese or South Korean. I don't know. But I can't understand that Noegi. I wish I could. I would, you know, love to talk to you. James, 20 years, Navy, retired. Pogie, yes, sir. Good evening, Poe. Good evening, Pogie. James said he is doing fine. Bazooka, yeah. I was just wondering, you know, I mean, like they were together since puppies. I didn't know if that would, you know, maybe depress him a little bit. Noegi says, watching from the Philippines. What part of the Philippines are you, Noegi? I'm in Tagaytay. Bogey, how are you, Sir Ray? I am doing outstanding. Um, oh, Vaughn said Louis Barr, Combat Craig passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, I, I didn't know him. I'd never met him or anything, but you know, um, I, my thoughts go out to his family and friends. I'm sure, if you're mentioning him, he was probably a great guy, and he'll be missed. And you know, it's it's a sad thing. Um, Rhoda said, "Hello, Poe, everyone. Hello, 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 Rhoda." Rhoda's life. Pogie is waving with pink wavy hands. Doug said, "Hi, Ray. How was your day? Get outside today?" Yeah, I walked over to Robinson's and picked up some hamburger meat, some pork and beans, and that's what I had for dinner. I seasoned up some ground beef and added some pork and beans, and it was a bachelor's feast. There was one point where I thought, maybe I should make some rice, and then I was like, nah, I ain't been in the Philippines that long. It's just fine with the beans and the meat. I don't need the rice. Ah. Uh, uh, um. So how you doing, Doug? Uh, I thought I didn't see it. Like the last couple live streams, I was like, I wonder if, because me and Doug met, and I was like, I hadn't seen Doug, on the live stream. I was like, maybe he just didn't like me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Doug. But let's see. Pogie is waving at my brother with pink hands. Noegi says, Lucena City, Quezon Province, Po. Okay. I haven't been. I haven't been too many places in the Philippines, but is it nice there? Is it someplace that I should come visit? Pogie, how's the whole day, Sir Ray? It was good. You know, I I'm definitely not going to complain. I've had a relaxing day. Didn't really do a lot. I considered taking a nap at one point, but that never materialized. Uh, let's see. Taga Tayabas Pinsan ko at Noegi. Okay. Pogi said, "Can you update what the status of the weather in Tagaytay, sir?" Uh, right now, it's like whenever I walked over to Robinson's, it's just like a misty rain. Uh, and I just put this on. I just finished taking a shower, and and I just decided to put this on just because I'm not really cold or anything, but. Um, there's few times that I will actually be able to wear this in the Philippines, so I figured since it was nice and cool, like I said, it's been misty rain most of the day. The temperature is hold on a second, I got a knot in this. I got just knot out of here. I don't know how I got a knot, but I probably should have done this before the live stream. What do you think? Oh, okay, it's going this way. Why is it like that? And I know Vaughn is laughing at the Navy guy that's having trouble with a knot. Why is this like this? How did this get like this? Because I know I didn't put a knot in here. All right, I think I just about got it. I think I just about got this thing whooped. Got it whooped. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking for temperature. What is the temperature? It is 71 with a rain shower. That's what it says, 71 with a rain shower. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Doug said, "I'm good. I missed your live streams, but watched them after the fact." No, I was just joking with you, Doug. I was just joking because it was like after we like met in person, then it was like a couple live streams in a row. I didn't see you, so I was like, "What happened with Doug?" Anyway, uh, Pogi said to Vaughn, he says, Noegi, Capasano, they are cousins. Oh, okay. Vaughn and Noegi are cousins? Is that what we're... Pogi, James, my brother is waving back at Pogi with pink hands. Rhoda said, looks cold in Tagaytay Ray, as Ray is wearing cozy clothes. Yeah, like I said, I don't get a lot of opportunities to, wear my hoodies. I only have a couple, 2 or 3, but it's cool enough right now. It's kind of like a wet cold, so I can wear this and I'm still comfortable. Doug said he was out in the rain on the scooter, had to get a flexible water line for under the sink was leaking. Should have called me, Doug. I would have come over there with my bag of tools and hooked it up. Rhoda said, do you need scissors? I got it, Rhoda. I got it. It took me a minute. It would, but I got it. Oh, you laughing. I know you're just joking, Rhoda. Vaughn said, ha ha ha, managing not as a perishable skill. Got to do it ever so often. What did you do for the Navy? I was a bosun mate. People always say, what the hell is a bosun mate? And so the way I describe it, if you've ever watched like an old Navy movie where, they show like on the bridge of the ship and all the officers are like standing around on the bridge and there's that one enlisted guy, with the Dixie cup and he's like standing at the ship's steering wheel. That man is a bosun mate. Bosun mates drove the ship, basically took care of the ship. Like we used to always say, bosun mates own the ships and everybody else is just passengers. So, we took care of the hull, the chains, the rope, painting, anything to do with taking care of the ship and driving it. Like one of my main jobs when I was in the Navy, I was on a submarine tender and it was stationed out in the middle of the Cooper River in South Carolina, near Charleston, South Carolina. But the ship was like right in the middle of the river. And so for people, come on and off the ship, they had to be ferried back and forth from the ship to the shore. And I was a coxswain boat pilot. It was a 50-foot workboat, twin engine. And, I would take people to one side, drop them off at the pier, pick people up, bring them back, for whatever my shift was when I had duty, and then, swap out with the next guy up. And I also, was in with crane operations, rigging, which I know it's funny, like doing knots and stuff with rigging, but yeah, that was 2 of my main jobs, was crane operations and driving a boat. Doug said he's doing little projects today on a rainy day inside. Yeah, I didn't hardly do anything today, to be perfectly honest. Noegi, Vaughn said, I don't have cousins in this chat, right? I don't know. I'm just going by what Pogi says. Something about someone being a cousin of somebody, or I don't know. Noegi said, Marlon Poe, Simmons, Sir Ray. AMFR is here. Good evening, host. Good evening, AMFR. I don't have I don't have the sound effects that you do. I should make some sound effect. Next AMFR, if you come in my live stream again tomorrow, I am going to have a sound effect just for you, because you know that you come in. I'm gonna have some applause or fanfare. Something. I'll figure something out. Do something special for you next time you come in. Pogi throwing up the pink hands. AMFR watching from the Philippines. Yes, yes, ma'am. I know. Waving back at Pogi. Bosson is the boss. Rhoda says, Bosson is the boss. Who is Bosson? Ralph Lawrence Feliciano. That is a cool name. Ralph Lawrence Feliciano. It's got some pizzazz to it. Like, I especially like the Feliciano. Like, that just sounds cool. Ralph said, hi, you're cool. You're cool too. I'm just saying, like, if I know nothing more about you than your name, it's pretty cool. Ralph Lawrence Feliciano. He said, hi. He subbed. Hey, I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Ralph. Like, and subscribe. Ralph said hi again. Vaughn said, maintenance leads the way. Somebody got to keep them safe. Yeah. Maintenance on the ship. Like, yeah, I mean, I didn't start out to be a bosun mate. I don't think anybody really does. Like, well, I don't have a lot of people chatting right now, so I can tell a semi-long story if you want to bear with me. When I joined the Navy, I was supposed to be a JO, which is a journalist, you know, working for, you know, Armed Forces Radio, or, you know, something, or just, you know, doing the CC equipment on board ship, like on a cruise. You know, you know, play TV shows or movies, or, you know, do the ship's radio, like entertainment or news. Anyway, I was supposed to be a journalist, and, you know, I went through boot camp, and then between boot camp and, you know, my journalism school, I got married. And hold on. And so I got married, and then, you know, I left again to go to school. Like, my wife was back in Louisiana, and I was in school in Indianapolis. And, you know, I did school and everything, and it was, you know, it was, you know, at least a couple of months before, you know, that I hadn't seen my new wife. And I finished the journalism school, the basic journalist course. It was a multi-service course. Like, you know, I was there with, you know, Army, and it was actually on an Army base in Indianapolis, Fort Benjamin Harrison. And, you know, we had Army, Marines, we even had some Coast Guard, Air Force, and we all went to the journalism school together, and I, you know, I passed. If I would have been, you know, if I would have been Army, I would have been a journalist. But the Navy has an extra course that's called SITE. It's a Shipboard Information Television and Entertainment, where you learn basically all of how that works. And it was during that course that, like, I didn't know if I was like gonna have enough money to go home to see my wife for the weekend. Had a duty-free weekend. I was like, well, you know, I could fly out, you know, Friday, fly back Sunday, and didn't know if I was gonna have enough money. But payday came, and I had enough money, you know, for a flight there and back, and not be completely broke. Um, so, you know, I flew home to Louisiana. Spent the weekend with my wife, and then, you know, got to the airport Sunday to fly back, and the plane didn't go. So I was stuck. No other flight to get me to Indianapolis. I had to wait until the next day, and you know, I called, you know, the desk, you know, of my barracks, and explained to them what was going on, and they logged it in. I found out later, like it's like my uh, dorm commander, my company commander. And like he told me, he said, like, you know, if you would have got in touch with me, like it wouldn't have been in the log book. And it's all beside the point. I thought I was doing the right thing. The reason why this was an issue is because when you're in school, you've got to put in a request. It's called a request chit to go, you know, over 50 miles away from, you know, your school. I didn't do that because, like I said, it was last minute. Didn't know if I was going to have enough money. And anyway, went to captain's mast. Got kicked out of the journalism program, and ended up getting orders to South Carolina and became a bosun mate. So that's the story of how I became a bosun mate instead of a journalist. Okay. Yeah, AMFR, I said noted with a YouTube. And we got like all kinds of people in here, but ain't nobody want to talk to me. I'm born in with my story. Somebody jump on here and tell me who you are, where you from. I see a bunch of people. Oh, Rhoda's preparing dinner. Okay, no problem. But there's shows there's like 12 people in here. Ain't none of them people wanting to talk to me. Don't be shy. I don't bite. Not on the first date. So if you're new here, holler out. Tell me where you're from. Like I said, I ain't gonna bite. Not on the first date. I'm grinding. I need to get some drama going up in here because whenever I went to Robinson's earlier, I bought some popcorn. So, you know, I get some drama going. I'm gonna pop some popcorn, sit back and watch it unfold. Vaughn, let's see. Vaughn said, got to go driving and go to work. Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, Vaughn. Drive safe. AMFR. Sorry, host. It's my cooking time. And you know, I should know that. I might need to like adjust my live stream time, but it's okay. Like I know, like for some reason at 6 o'clock, like all the Filipinas that watch my channel are all cooking. So, you know, if I can, y'all tell me what you want me to do, like to facilitate, you know, your cooking entertainment. Like, you want me to sing, tell jokes, tell boring stories that nobody cares about? Rhoda Cavite, Philippines, Mabuhay. James was a parachute rigger in the Navy. Rhoda's making leftover pork chops and veggies. Sean Wayne, that's a cool name. Says go Buckeyes. You know, like Buckeyes is probably it might be my number 2 college because, you know, like my main team, everybody knows, is the Saints, and like I think that I believe that the Saints draft Ohio State players more than any other NFL team. So a lot of, some of my all-time favorite Saints players, came from Ohio State. So, you know, I definitely be supportive of, anybody that supports the Buckeyes. They're not in the same conference as LSU. You know, if the if the Buckeyes ever if the Buckeyes ever ended up going to the SEC, then we might have some beef. Might have some beef, but Sean Wayne, we call them the New Orleans Buckeyes on campus. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we got a lot of good Buckeye players, and there was a lot more that you know that ended up moving to another team that I wish we still had, but it didn't work out that way. But yeah, whoever the Buckeyes receivers are, we're pretty set, kind of set. Like I wouldn't be surprised if next year, whatever Buckeye receiver is coming out for the draft, I could see the Saints taking whoever that is. Oh yeah, Will Smith. Uh, what am I? I don't know. I'm trying to think who my favorite Buckeye from back in the day was on the Saints. I would. Let me see. Was he? Wait. I mean, for a period of time, I mean, it had to be Michael Thomas when he broke, you know, the single season receiving record, that was held by what's his name from Indianapolis. His son's playing now, Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison had the record, and Michael Thomas broke it with Drew Brees, and I mean, it's unfortunate after that. Michael Thomas dealt with injuries, and it was just never the same. But that was definitely a good time to be a Saints fan when Drew Brees was hooking up with Michael Thomas, and what was the undrafted? And now my mind's going blank. I think during that time we had who was Thunder and Lightning. We had oh my goodness, I don't know why I'm blanking out on like every single name. It wasn't Dante Stallworth. It was Marquise Colston. When they had uh, Michael Thomas, Marquise Colston, Lance Moore. Like one of my favorite players of all time was Lance Moore. Like my last name's Moore, and I've got a Lance Moore jersey, number 16. And like if you ever needed a first down, like Lance Moore had you. Anyway, I don't know if I'm doing any good for these Filipinas that are cooking dinner. They're probably not interested in talking about football at all. What can I talk about that would be a good background conversation that Filipinas could listen to while they're cooking? I don't know. Anybody know any Meritus? Like we could do some Meritus, but I don't know any because like I don't do Meritus. I I I haven't really gossiped. Like whenever someone comes to me with gossip, I tell them, I say, you picked the wrong person because I don't care. Like I don't want to hear about any other person. Like I kind of like I make my own judgments about people. Like when someone tells me something about somebody, you know, with the purpose of like trying to make me feel a certain way about that person, I give it very little interest. Like you know, I make up my own mind about people because, you know, sometimes the way people interact with one person, like there might be a reason they don't get along or whatever happened, but then they interact with me and they're cool. Um, so, you know, like I said, I don't judge people by what other people say about them because, you know, people, you know, get along with different people in different ways, and you know, somebody that's an asshole to someone else, like may be the greatest guy alive to another person. Like it all depends on, you know, context, how you get along, you know, personal opinion. Uh, oh, we got some people coming in. Wait. Rhoda's still busy in the kitchen and know a little about sports. That's what I figured, Rhoda. Amy's here, Navy woman. Hi, Sheree. Hey, Amy. CTO, good evening. How's everyone? Gossip here is rife here in the Philippines. Man, ain't that the truth? Like, I always make the joke, you know, if the Olympics, you know, ever came, like, made matchmaking and Marites an Olympic sport, Filipinos would win gold every year. Like, if they're not, see, I think, like, this is how Filipinos work. See, they'll match somebody up with somebody else, and then when that relationship gets going, then they'll talk about them. they just connect people up so that they have something to gossip about. if if a guy is just single and happy and living his life, Filipinos can't stand that because see, there's nothing to gossip about there. They gotta throw some drama his way so that there's something to gossip about. Y'all, joke Lang, you know I'm joking, y'all. Filipinos are gonna lynch me. Rhoda, have you heard about the story of a foreigner having a problem with his Filipino wife? No, is this a joke? Hi, Amy. No, Rhoda, is that a joke? Like, let me see. Let me try and figure out. Have you heard the story of a foreigner having a problem with his Filipino wife? Like, I don't know which one. There's. Oh, are you saying like that's the source of a lot of Marites is because that's going to happen. I mean, there's cultural differences and it just like foreigners and Filipinos match well together, but like there's always going to be stuff going on in a mixed culture relationship because communication isn't always going to be the best or different stuff. Let's see. My sister Susie says good morning from Arkansas. James was around here somewhere drinking multiple cups of coffee. Elliot Del Cruz, get some Maritas over there. I know, Elliot. Like, bring it. Tell me about somebody, Elliot. You don't got to use any real names. Just tell me a story of some good Maritas. Rhoda's life said he is a vlogger. Is that why the foreigner is having trouble with his uh, Filipino wife, because he's a vlogger? My brother James saying hi to my sister Susie. CEO to Farmer said, I've got a very good American friend that lives a 5-minute walk away from us here in Isabela province, and said he's had enough gossip in a lifetime, even though he's only been here for 2 years. Yeah, and I'm the same way. Like, the cigarette went out. I ain't gonna relight it. Let me come back over here. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way, because, like, I don't do gossip. Like, it's pointless to me. It's like, if there's some people that, we're not going to name any names, I'm not going to point out any groups, but there's some people that if they would spend as much energy improving their own life as they do talking shit about somebody else's life, like, they would be way ahead of the game. All I'm saying. Like, Rhoda said, they live in Ilo, ha 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 ha. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Have you heard about a story of Philip Foreigner having a problem about his Filipino wife? Oh my goodness. So Rhoda, are you giving me like actual Meritus? I thought this was like a joke or something. Hello Ray, I'm here, Jessa. Hey Jessa. I think Rhoda is actually spilling the beans on somebody. You're supposed to be cooking. Rhoda, you in there. I think you fixing to crack open. You got a guessing game going on. And I'm not gonna fall for it. I only really know one vlogger couple in Ilo. Pogi said, "What is Meritus, Sir Ray? Like, what is the Meritus that we're talking about? Because I know you're not asking me, Pogi, what Meritus is. Like, if you're Filipino, you know what Meritus is. Don't act coy. But are you asking me, like, what is the current Meritus that we're talking about? I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out. Aves's channel said, hello, Ray. Hey, Aveser. I'm subscribed to you on it. Let me make sure. Oh, no, I wasn't. All right. I am now. There we go. Subscribe. Right there. Let me get back to the chat. Let me do something here. Hold on. Wait. What happened? Why is this? All right. I lost my place. Let me get back to the chat. There we go. And let me, Abeser, let me, hold on. There's two here. All right. And then CEO to Farmer. I know you have a channel. Wait. There we go. I think I got both of y'all. All right. So you guys can go like I normally, like if somebody has a YouTube channel that comes on here, I put them in blue. That way, like, you guys can click on each other's channels and subscribe. I'm subscribed to both CEO to Farmer and Abeser. In fact, CEO to Farmer is let's see, is at Tier Mango. Wait, hold on. I gotta stop this from going. So if you go at TYRE Mango you will find his channel. Let's see, where are we at? No, let me go back. Wait. All right. CEO said, us whites need to keep a low profile here as anything and everything is picked up and blown out of proportion. Cheers, Simon. Yeah, Simon. Uh, you know, I know what you're talking about, but like, I don't mind. Um, you know, uh, like if 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 the Filipinos like want to talk shit about me and you know, have a laugh at something I do, or like I'm just being a goofy foreigner that doesn't know what the hell he's doing, then I'm all for it. Like, if I can, I don't care how it happens. If I can bring enjoyment to another person's life, then that makes me happy. So, like, I don't mind people talking about me if that provides them with, you know, any amount of entertainment, then, you know, knock yourself out. Uh, let's see. Pogi doing lots of laughing with the blue emoji dude. Let's see. I don't care about vlogger couple. I have own story in life. Yeah, um, that's kind of my attitude too. Like, you know, um, I play along with it, but at the end of the day, gossip doesn't really do anything. Uh, uh, Avzar said thanks for visiting earlier. Absolutely, like, and I'm a big believer. Like, if you anybody that's been on, my live stream or at any point knows that I am very big on giving support to every channel that gives support to me, and like all of like the people that subscribe to my channel. Like, I subscribe. I don't, the way I look at it, I know YouTube gives you like uh, initially 2,000 subscriptions. So you can subscribe to 2,000 different channels. And anybody that subscribes to me, I subscribe back. Now, why is my light blinking at me? I don't know. But so, that'll work until I get up to 2,000 subscribers, and then I'll have to figure something out. But until I get to 2,000 subscribers, if you subscribe to me, I'm subscribing to you. And I know that, like, after you reach a certain point, like, you get more subscribers, then YouTube lets you have more subscriptions. Like, the more subscribers you have, you get more subscriptions. So, like, I'm gonna keep subscribing to people, and building a community. Jessa doing thinking faces. I don't know. What about me visiting Ives earlier? Yeah, her channel. Pogi, behave and be happy while chatting. I always behave, Pogi. I behave all the time. I'm the havest. That's what I be. I behave. Amy said, hey, ma'am, Rhoda, had your dinner right? Last I heard, Amy, Rhoda was still cooking dinner. Y'all just be cooking. Pogies, being my cheerleader. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And y'all subscribe to Pogi's channel, Rhoda's channel, Navy's channel, CEO the Farmer's channel, Ives's channel. Like, y'all take a minute right now. Just click on the icon, go to channel, subscribe, then hit the back button, come back here, and let me know that we're subscribing. I think it's important. Let's see. Wait. What? Susie doing like the hand things like this. It's like, I don't know what ulam Rhoda. I don't know, Amy, what ulam. What does ulam mean again? See, Simon says, I'm with you on that one, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when rising water raises all boats, like, I don't believe in, like, running down other YouTube channels. Like, you will never, and I'm stating it here, so, it'll be on YouTube. It's there for you to come back and point it out if I ever go back on my word. I don't think that's going to happen, but you're never going to hear me talk bad about another YouTube channel, YouTube creator. Um, I guess I can talk bad about Vitali because he wasn't on YouTube. He was on some other weird social media thing. So screw Vitali. That's all I got to say about that man. Freaking idiot. No respect. But, as far as like, other YouTube creators in the Philippines, I won't promote them if I don't agree with what they're doing. But, you know, there's different personalities in the world, and, who am I to say, someone that gets enjoyment from a type of content that, personally isn't for me? Like, I'm not gonna run that person down. That's just not for me. That's for someone else. So you'll never hear me talk bad about another YouTube channel, especially knowing like how much work goes into doing YouTube at times, and you don't really make. I'm not making any money, but that's beside the point. Like, even, I've always said, even whenever I get to the point where I do start making money, like, my only goal is to make enough money to pay for uh, the subscriptions and equipment I use to do YouTube. It's like my hobby. If I can make enough money to pay for my hobby, I'll be happy. Let's see. Rhoda said the guy married a Filipina, then the relationship went sour. Then he says he was scammed. Stories like that. Amy left over Lang. Oh, okay. You're having leftovers. Yeah, and that, people do that. Like, if you know you see people that, like, they're in a relationship and they just love each other. Like, the it's all love and chocolates and flowers and kisses and snuggling, and then things go wrong and they break up, and the next thing you know, the woman is telling everybody that the man got a little bitty thing, and just talking trash about each other. Like, I don't understand how you can go from, like, having genuine love for someone to talking about them like, that, like, they're the cause of all the troubles in the world. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Don't, like, me personally, like, whenever I'm like done with a relationship, like my marriages, like, I'm like, I don't continue to talk to my ex-wives. Uh, like, for what purpose? Um, like, but I don't talk bad about them. I don't run them down, and like, whenever I'm in a relationship with someone, whether it's romantic or a friendship or anything like that, when that relationship is over, if we happen to go our separate ways, then that person goes back into the pool of everyone that I do not know, because I have nothing but good wishes for everyone in the world. Like, people I haven't met, I don't know what they're doing, what they're going through, but I have a general feeling that, hey, I hope everybody in the world is doing okay right now. And like I said, when a relationship ends, then that person goes back into that pool of just general people I don't have any contact with that I am wishing well, if all that makes sense. Pogie says, Sir Ray, Amy has live streamed last night and I visited her to her stream. Now I know already she has beautiful navel. Yeah, Amy's awesome. I was telling you about, like, whenever I was doing the Lalaba Budots, whenever I did that live stream, I was saying you know, I was inspired by Amy because I was watching her live stream. She had like 50 people watching, and all she was doing was just sitting there washing clothes. And I'm like, well, I can wash clothes. Let me see if I can get 50 viewers by just scrubbing clothes. And I said, it might take a little bit more for me, so I'll add some dancing to the washing. And anyway, it did okay, but it didn't have 50 viewers. Simon says, is it cold where you are, mate? You got a thick hoodie on. Wish I could wear that up here in Isabella. No, it's probably around 70 degrees. I don't know what that is. But this isn't super thick, and I'm not wearing a shirt underneath it, so it's not too bad. I mean, like, I would normally be wearing a t-shirt, but I've got hold on, let me switch this around. Let me switch it. But I got my window open, and you can't really see anything because it's kind of foggy out here. But it's been kind of misty rain, and it's kind of foggy, and so there's some wetness in the air, and it's cool, and there's a slight wind blowing in, a little breeze, so it feels nice, but it's not really cold enough to wear a hoodie unless you're Filipino. Like, I was out, like, when I was walking to Robinson's, I just had on a t-shirt and shorts, and like, I was fine. But there was people, I mean, they looked like they had parkas on. It was you'd think it was Sub-Zero or something outside. They're all bundled up. But yeah, Tagaytay is definitely like cooler than, pretty much everywhere except for Baguio. Like, Baguio has got the coolest weather. Tagaytay is just behind. Pogie, no, Sir Ray isn't. It's not referring to you. What's referring to me? What? Emeritus? No, I don't have any emeritus about me. Star Magic said hello, Ray. Says hi to Susie. Amy got pink waving hands. Ulam means the dish. Okay. So just a random food dish is called ulam. Got it. Ulam you cook earlier. Okay. Yeah, I still got it over there on the stove. We'll go look. Let's see. Hold on. There's not much left. I'll switch this around. And we got some. Let me get my spoon out of here. Oh, got some meat and some beans. That was my supper. Not anything fancy. Just simple and delicious. Vaughn said, if you're into history, the first Filipinos in the U.S. went to Louisiana from the Spanish galleon trades. Okay. So I'll look that up. So it's like the first Filipinos that were in the U.S. landed in Louisiana. That's pretty cool. Now I'm a Louisianian that's invading the Philippines. I'm an invader, but I'm a friendly invader. Star Matic, beef and beans. Susie said, I'm good. It's a great morning here in the States. Stay positive, everybody. Yep, that's the way it is. That's the way it be. You know, that's what I preach, positivity. Like, be positive. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. Like, it all depends on, you know, like I say, you can only control one thing, and that's yourself. So if you want to improve wherever you are, you got to change yourself. That's the only way to improve any situation in your life. Um, if I guess I'll put it this way, you know, like if all you had to eat was green beans, like that's the only pot like that around you, nothing would grow except for green beans. You would have to learn to like green beans. That's all there is to it. So no matter what your situation is, like, you know, you accept it, you adapt to it, and, you know, look for the positives. Because green beans are kind of yummy. I like green beans. I don't know why I say green beans. Pogie, pink hands to everybody. Hey, ZZ Edit's still here. What time in your country? I'm in the Philippines. ZZ, it's 7 o'clock. 1900 hours. I'm in Tagaytay. You must have left and came back. Pogie, you're a badass, Ray. What are you talking about? Is it your own experience that you talking about? I don't know. What was I talking about? Sophia Gleason says hi. Hey, Sophia. How you doing, girl? Welcome to the chat. Where are you from? Susie said, it's a waste of my time to talk about other people unless you're saying something good. See, that's my sister. Like, you know, my big sister, you know, she taught me everything I know about being nice to people and, you know, keeping other people's name out your mouth. Unless you got something good to say. If you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. Sicko Savage said, have a good day. Said hi. Hey, Sicko Savage. AMFR, wow, cool place, host. Thanks. I like it. It's comfortable and, you know, good for my budget. Susie said, one of my favorite sayings is, you apologize for being sensitive, for caring too much, for loving too loudly, but the depth of your emotion is not your flaw, it's your gift. Absolutely. I get what you're saying. Like, you know, it's like I always say, you know, it's, you know, I'm a pushover. Like it can be kind of easy to take advantage of me, because I'm too trusting, I'm too generous, I'm too nice. But I would rather someone else like scam me, take advantage of me, however you want to put it, than for me to change into someone that's callous and cynical and closed off. Like, I don't want to be that person. So I would rather take the chance of getting taken advantage of, having a soft heart, a big heart, and like I enjoy being that type of person. So anyway, if that any of that made sense. Aves are got a heart going on. Susie said, we got a cold front coming through. Yeah, you're happy about that? What's the temperature going to get there in Arkansas? It'll probably get pretty cold. Amy said, what's that, ground pork or beef, Sir? That is beef. That is ground beef seasoned with beans. Wait, what? What happened? I'll be BG while cooking dry fish. Yeah, dry fish just nasty. I don't see like in the deep south, you know, especially like with Black Americans, it, you know, there's a type of food. It's called soul food, you know, and I like a lot of soul food. You know, I mean, I'll eat, you know, black eyed peas with ham hocks and turnip greens and like all that. It's all good stuff, except for maybe one thing, and it's oh, my mind just went blank. Chitlins. It's called chitlins. Well, I think like the full name is like chitterlings or something like that, but it's chitlins. And what it is like pig intestines. And to cook chitlins, you know, you take the cut up pig intestines and boil them because they still have, you know, like the pig feces. You know, you gotta boil all of that out, you know, to make them edible. I don't like chitlins, but anyway, it is a terrible smell to smell like boiling pig poop. Is basically what it smells like. It's boiling pig poop. That's the smell of chitlins boiling. Dried fish smells worse than that. So I don't see how y'all can eat that. Dried fish is just nasty. AMFR, simple but yummy food host. Yeah. Susie says it's 6 a.m. here Tuesday. Okay. You're up early. When will you be traveling to other cities there? Probably around the 5th of next month. I'll, you know, I'll pay my bills, like get all my bills caught up, and then I'll go to Das Marinas and do my immigration so that that's completely done for 2 months, and then take off and just travel till I'm either running out of money or people get sick of me wherever I'm traveling. Susie says it's going to be in the high 70s, low of 52. Okay. Yeah, see, here is like the lowest 70. Simon said, no dried fish for me, and to Bagong to no thanks, LOL. Susie is making yuck faces. Yuck, now I can't drink my coffee. What, talking about chitlins? Well, see, that's the only way I could think to describe how bad dried fish smells when they're cooking it. Like they get dried fish and then, you know, they cook it in the pan, and it's just, oh, it's so bad. It's so bad. Like I'm waiting for, you know, the Filipinas to come on here and defend dried fish. I'd like to see that, because there's no defending that. Like, I don't know how you cannot think that doesn't smell terrible. Like terrible. Like it'll make you gag. Is that how so many Filipinos stay skinny, because they smell dry fish cooking and then they lose their appetite? I'm 2 cups up on you, sis. Yeah, James gets up early, starts drinking coffee. James been up since 2 a.m. I mean, there's times I wake up, you know, 2 a.m., but I always go back to sleep eventually. Simon said, thank God we have a dirty kitchen for when my wife cooks dried fish. Amen, Simon. That's the only way you could do it. And I think that's the whole reason to have a dirty kitchen is for stuff like that. And James and Susie, for you guys, when someone says a dirty kitchen, it's basically like an outdoor kitchen, like not so much like a outdoor grill area that you would think of, but it's just a simple kitchen. A lot of times it's just cooking with wood, uh, outside, pot and cooking, and you know, it's like no walls, just you're just out there cooking. Um, Now you could have a fancy dirty kitchen where you might have walls and ventilation and everything, but normally when people are talking about a dirty kitchen, they're just talking about a place outside that they cook. G Dub, who the F is that? Belly full of birria and Pilsen. Now I tune in to worst smells of food cooking the world over. Why y'all treat me so bad? I hear you, G. Well, I mean, one of the Filipinos was talking about dried fish, and so like I had to make a comparison of like, and it's the truth, like smelling chitlins cooking was the worst smell I had ever smelled of any kind of food cooking until I came to the Philippines. And Vaughn said, have you had dinuguan and Esau? I have not. I don't know if I would like dinuguan. I mean, I'll try. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, unless it's just, like stupid. Like I'm not gonna try like sushi puffer fish that if it's not prepared just right, like you could die kind of stuff. Like that's just stupid. But foods that many people eat and enjoy, like I'll try it. Like I'm not gonna say that I don't like something until I've at least tried it. Like I'll hold my nose and try dried fish at some point in my life. I'm not in a hurry, but I'll try it just to be able to say, nope, don't like it. But I don't like the way it smells when it's cooking, I can tell you that. And Esau, that's that like the chicken intestines that's like barbecued. I think that's Esau, isn't it? Like I would try it again. Like I'll try anything. Is dry fish like baked fish? No, they like I don't know the whole process of doing it, but like when the fishermen they catch fresh fish, and I think they take the the intestines and stuff out, and they have it up off the ground like on I don't know, like a bamboo mat or something, and it just stays outside and dries out, and then they bag it up and then sell it, and then people like recook it after it's. And so yeah, I don't know the whole process of how they make dried fish. I know you can go by and there's fish and they're just like laying out there drying. So it's like dehydrated fish, not baked fish. It's like dehydrated fish, and then they take the dehydrated fish and then like cook it in some oil or however they do it. And when it's cooking again and I guess rehydrating, oh, it stinks so bad. It stinks so bad. Rena said hello, so hey Rena, how are things in India? Susie said dry fish Sounds gross. We had a good old country fish fry last weekend. How are you, sir? Rena said. I'm doing good, Rena. Uh, yeah, like, you know, like fish fries here are different. Like uh, like they cook the whole fish. They just if they're gonna fry fish, like they'll just flour the whole thing. It's kind of like how we would cook, like crappie or brim, except with every other fish. Like I think like even some fish that could, to me, could easily be filleted. They don't fillet them. There's bones, head, everything. They eat the eyeballs. And again, maybe one day, like I'll try it, but I'm not holding out hope that fish eyeballs are going to be my thing. Just saying. Doing good. Simon said, "Can't beat good old English fish and chips." Yeah, you can, Simon. But I get what you're saying, and I'll see your fish and chips, and I will raise you like fried catfish fillets with home cut French fries and hush puppies. Okay, if like if I went over to England, opened a fish and chips stand, threw some spicy hush puppies in there with the fish and chips, I'd put them other places out of business. I'd bring the flavor to England. You hear me, Simon? I'd bring the flavor. Louisiana got some flavor. Ain't got no flavor in England. I'm just joke lang. Rena, sir, you looking so good. Thank you, Rena. Like I'm in a good mood. I probably got good. Like yesterday was, it was kind of a dry subject, so I couldn't be my normal effervescent self. So I probably got a little more color today. G-Dub said, "Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? The smell of death surrounds you." Let's see. I mean, I know it's Leonard Skinner, but I was trying to think of the rest of the lyric. Let's see. James, Surf and Turf. Yeah, see that. It's like, I don't know. Everything's different over here. You got to get used. I'm gonna find, over time, find more. I'm bound and determined to find more Filipino dishes that I like. Like I'm slowly adding to my list, but I had kind of a short list of Filipino foods that I liked, and if I went to a restaurant, if like I'd be hooped if they didn't have one of those dishes. I wouldn't know what the hell to order. But I'm gonna try and start being a little bit more adventurous and stepping out of my comfort zone and ordering some dishes that I haven't tried yet. And I'm gonna give it 2 chances. Every dish, like I'll try it once. Like if I don't like it, then at some point in the future, at some other place, I will try it again. Because I mean, you never know. Like it could just be a bad batch that I got or something. So like I'm not gonna judge a dish on one tasting. I'll give it another chance at another place. If I still don't like it, then it's done. It's in my menu graveyard, never to be resurrected again. Like one dish that I didn't like, but a lot of people say they really like it, is like kare kare, like beef kare kare, and it's I had it, and like I don't like the whole like peanut flavor in with beef. It's like it was like eating like steak and peanut butter. I mean, I guess that, you know, like on the surface that doesn't sound terrible, but it also doesn't sound like something that should go together. Like, and like just because you can put two things together don't mean they go together, in my opinion. You know. So I'll try beef curry curry sometime in the future, but um, it's not one of my top foods right now. G-Dub said, foods I miss is all I'm posting from here on out this live stream. Okay. Uh, Rena's laughing. Simon said, aren't hush puppies she? I don't know what that means. She? G-Dub, yes, hush puppies. Yeah, you gotta have a good hush puppy. Oh, shoes. Yeah, there was some shoes called hush puppies, but no, hush puppies they're like I don't know what they would call them in England. Would they be like croquets? They're um, like you take like cornmeal and green onion and some spices, and you make like a, a ball, and then you deep fry that ball, and it's, you know, well you got like a batter, and you put the cornmeal around it and deep fry it, and it's like crunchy, but it's got like a, I don't know, like more airy in the middle. Um, I think it would be something like what English would call croquet. I think. I don't know. But they're good with fish. G-Dub, oak tree, you're in my way, whiskey bottle. Whiskey bottles and brand new. I mean, I know you're still quoting lyrics from That Smell, but like I can't get the tune in my head right now. G-Dub said prime rib. Yeah, I know. I like some good prime rib, like, you know, just juicy red. Like I keep correcting, especially like Filipinas. I think every Filipina thinks that, you know, rare steak means bloody steak, and like there's no blood. The red. If you guys do not know this in this chat, like when you are eating a steak and it's got the red juice, that is a protein called myoglobin. It is not blood. It's just a protein that has a reddish color. So you're not eating blood. As long as the meat is cooked to a certain temperature, it is safe to eat. There's no blood. You're good to go. Rena said, "Hey everyone, please subscribe my channel, all of you, and support all you guys, please." Yeah, you guys, and I've mentioned it earlier. I'll mention it again. Like, you know, between my ramblings, you know, if someone's in blue, like just click on their little icon, go to channel, and if they've got a channel, they post videos, you know, just subscribe to them. Maybe you'll watch a video of theirs in the future, maybe not. Maybe you'll find someone else that like you enjoy hanging out with more than me, and that'll be cool. I just want you to be happy and like enjoy watching whatever brings you enjoyment. G-Dub said, "Okay, Rena, what do you cook, Rena?" Rena cooks Indian food, as far as I know. Okay, sir, please, yeah. Susie said, "Tell us a joke." Tell us a joke. Um, Let me think of a good joke. Like, you know, most of the first jokes that, all right, I'll tell you, I'll tell you a joke. All right, this guy goes into a bar, and there's this big sign above the bar says, "You could win $10,000. Ask the bartender." The other guy, you know, sits down, orders beer, and said, "Hey, you know, what's the deal with that sign there?" He said, "Oh, we've been running this contest." He said, "It has three parts to it." He said, "You know, first we got this aged bottle of mezcal." He said, "You know, you got to drink the whole thing in one motion. You know, swallow the worm, drink every drop." He said, "If you know, if you can complete that, then we have this pond out back, has an alligator with an abscessed tooth, and you have to pull that alligator's tooth." He said, "Now, if you finish that, in the room upstairs, we have a 60-year-old prostitute that has never had an orgasm. You got to make her come." And the guy like, "Well, that's silly. Who would do that?" So he has a few more drinks, and you know, he starts to feel pretty good. And after a while, he says, "You know what? I'm gonna give that contest a try." So the bartender gives him the bottle of mezcal, and he tips it up, and he chugging it, and he sucking on it. He gets all the mezcal out and swallows the worm, gets every drop. He's swaying, he stumbles off his bar stool and heads for the back door. And he crashes out the back door, and the bar crowds around the pond. He's halfway taking his shirt off, and he bails off into the pond. And after a couple minutes, you see the alligator's tail start slapping the water, and the water starts frothing and foaming. This goes on for about 10, 15 minutes, just water splashing everywhere. Then finally the guy comes crawling up on the bank. He's got scratches all over him and bite marks. He gets to his feet and he says, "Where's that old bitch with the bad tooth?" All right. And y'all tell me who needs me to explain that joke to. G-Dub, ham and beans, baby. Yeah, like I cook beans all the time, G-Dub, but you know, finding like a good smoked meat to put in the beans, like that's hard to find. Like I you know, I don't know anywhere where I'd be able to find like ham hocks or like a smoked ham hock or smoked turkey neck, smoked any kind of meat. Um, Simon says, "Oh yes, I get you now. Yummy." Yeah, the little yeah. Oh, they're delicious. Hush puppies are delicious. G-Dub, biscuits and gravy. I miss you. Yeah, G-Dub. I can make good, like really good gravy. I've got a video on here somewhere where I made, you know, homemade breakfast sausage. You know, I got ground pork and seasoned it up so it had like a Jimmy Dean kind of flavor to it, and like cooked the sausage, and then you know added flour to make a roux with you know milk, and made you know a milk sausage gravy. And yeah, it was missing biscuits. I didn't have any biscuits, but you know the condo doesn't have an oven, unfortunately, so like I couldn't make biscuits, but I like if I had access to an oven, then yeah, I could make biscuits and gravy. Raina, Gary, sir, I am cooking Indian food, South Indian food, and fast food, and no veg item. Okay. Rachel, that's my niece. Good morning, Uncle Ray. Love you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, Rach. Hi, sir. Thank you, sir. I have your channel. Look like you're using tripod. Your camera is following you. Yeah, I've got I've said it before, you know, I got my little robot cameraman buddy. You know, it's got facial recognition. So if I go over here, then he comes over here. And if I come over here, he comes back. So he's my little robot buddy. Susie, support, engagement, like, add them to your notifications. Subscribe to y'all on here. Looking forward to seeing what's on your channel. That's awesome, Susie. Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got the ability to subscribe to 2,000 channels. Now you don't have to watch 2,000 channels, but it doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. You know, if you can be supportive to someone else, do it. Like it you know, doesn't hurt anything. If you get to the point where you run out of your 2,000 subscriptions, then you can go back and like unsubscribe to a channel. But until then, like, if you have an opportunity to support somebody, and you know, why not? G-Dub, I'm sub Miss Rena. Good deal, G-Dub. I knew G-Dub would, because he's just a baller. Let's see. Wait. Where was I? Okay. Right. I search channel. Thanks so much, sub. Yours, sir. Yep. Simon is laughing. Susie's laughing. Love it. Rena's laughing. And I guess I'm getting to the point where I said to the punchline. Hi, all sub to who I can see online. Cheers, Simon. Thanks, Simon. You're a baller. Yeah, and you know, everybody, like Rena, you know, make sure that you sub back to all these channels. You know, Simon's got some good. He's got some cute little puppies. Like, well, I guess they're not puppies, but they're what kind of dogs are those? The little fluffy ones. They're not. Are they Pomeranian? No. I was gonna say Pomeranian, but they're not Pomeranian. They're the. What are those? Susie, it's like Bobby's little dog. What kind of dog? Not like their smallest little puppy. Those kind of dogs. I can't think of the names of them, but they're very cute. And I was watching a video where they were all playing with each other. G-Dub, yeah, let's start a smokehouse, Ray. Yeah, I'm down, G-Dub. We ever, you know, in the same area, like I was thinking, like, if I ever, you know, built some kind of structure in the province, like that was on the list. I was getting, you know, a semi-industrial meat grinder, you know, with the little tube to make sausage. I was gonna grind my own meat to mix together, make sausage, and put the casing on and stuff sausage, and then smoke them, make smoked sausage. I'm gonna do the whole thing. Like G-Dub said, I miss all cheese. Yeah, I mean, you can get some cheese. Like, it's expensive, don't get me wrong, but like you can get decent cheese. You know, that's imported, and it's, like I said, it's expensive, but and I need to find a. Simon said, I love Indian food, so tasty. Rena supported Simon. Gita, pizzazz places that let you select your topping. Oh, pizza places that let you select your toppings with is up here. Pizza. Yeah, I mean, you know, for most pizza places, like one of the topping, whatever you choose on it, like something's going to be off. The only place that I found that's consistent for pizza, fast food style, is S&R. Like, they always have consistent quality standards. Like, pepperoni is going to taste like pepperoni. The cheese is good. The sauce is good. The crust is good. It's going to be consistent. S&R, like, I know what I'm getting as far as pizza goes. S&R. Like, it's not, you know, like world class pizza, but it's, you know, it does a decent enough job, you know, replicating good fast food pizza. James, gotta go. Billy waking up. Her coffee time. Happy wife. I got you, James. Give Billy a hug for me, and tell her I said hi. Really, man. Talking to Simon. Rena, including Patna, Bihar, India. I'm not familiar with that area, or is that a style of cooking? I don't know, Rena. G-Dub, with all my bitching, trust me, I mean no offense. The Philippines is the best country ever, but yes, I miss some food. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't think anybody views it as bitching. It's, you know, it would be no different. Like, you know, it's one thing to, you know, go to a country and like criticize their policies or, you know, their laws or something like that, but like, there's nothing wrong with missing food that you grew up with. Like, you know, the Filipino OFWs, I know they're, you know, whatever country they're in, you know, they miss Filipino food. That's what they're used to. That's, you know, what their palate, their taste buds, you know, are used to. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you like what you like. And, you know, when you grow up in another country and, you know, move somewhere else, you know, yeah, it's good to try new things, but, you know, there's always going to be that nostalgia of, you know, food your mama used to make for you. Like, you can't change that food memory of your mother cooking for you and the dishes that she prepared, and, you know, wanting like real macaroni and cheese. It's, you know, not from a box, like, or chicken and dumpling. Susie knows about my chicken and dumpling. I make some chicken and dumpling now. Yeah, Shih Tzus. Yeah, that's the little little fluffy puppies. They're very cute. Yeah, Simon's got like little Shih Tzus, and they're just like little balls of fur rolling around on each other. It's like watching a dust bunny fight. Rena says pizza. Okay. Susie telling James, have a nice day. Rena said, sir, Indian Bahari famous food, liti choka. Okay. I'll have to look it up. Susie said schnauzers. No, Shih Tzus. Shih Tzus, Susie. That's what Simon has. Rena up famous food is Dahbari. Bahari famous drink is Satu drink in summer season. Okay, so it's like a refreshing drink is Bahari. Am I right? Bahari is like a refreshing summer drink. Simon said, I just had a Balikbayan box delivered from the UK with lots of Indian sauces in the box right now. Yeah, I mean, like, Great Britain or the UK is like majority Indian now, isn't it, Simon? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but like it seems really like the immigration in England, you know, it's like it seems like the minorities are becoming the majorities. Gita, chicken and dumplings. Dang, y'all making me hurt now. Be nice. Yeah, no, I'm gonna make. I'll probably whenever I go to James and Karen's, I'm gonna make them my world famous chicken and dumplings. And the only thing is, like normally for my dumplings, I would use like canned biscuit mix and pinched little pieces to make the dumpling. But I'm going to have to like mix like make my dumplings from scratch because I won't have access to canned biscuit mix, the canned tubes, canned biscuits. So I'll have to mix up my dumplings from scratch. Oh, what's down there? I never finished that cigarette from earlier, and I probably won't finish this one. Anyway, meatloaf root beer glazed. I don't know if I would like that. I was never really a big fan of meatloaf. Uh, I think because a lot of times I had meatloaf, they would have like a kind of like a sweet ketchup kind of glaze on it, and yeah, see root beer glaze. Yeah, it seemed like the same thing. It's like I don't like too much like sweet meat. Like I don't like honey glazed ham or I like more like smoky meat or savory meat, but like meat that has like sweetness added, just not my thing. G Dub, I'll shut up. Sorry, no, don't shut up, G Dub. Like reporter, hey Ray, nice to see you again. Last stream was insane. Which stream are you talking about? Like I have a stream every day, and I don't think you were here yesterday, so you must have been. Were you talking about the one where I was dancing? I don't remember which was the last stream, and I was watching one of your shorts today, but like you have the comments turned off like on your videos, so like I hit the like on your videos, but like I'm not able to comment, so like you can't tell that I was there. But if you have one where the comments are turned on, then I'll comment too on your videos. Simon said, yep, the UK has always had great friendship with India, same as US and Philippines. We have a huge problem with illegal immigration coming over the English Channel from France. Yeah, I knew that there was some kind of like immigration problem in the UK. But I was kind of half joking. It's like there really isn't any English food anymore. Like the majority of the places in England are like, Indian or Thai or foods from somewhere else, and English food gets a bad rap. Uh, Some of it's deserved because some of the stuff y'all eat, I posted on your video, like y'all just eat some weird shit. This is like mashed green peas and what was it, French fries and mashed green peas and gravy. Like that just doesn't go together. I can see the fries and gravy. Like you had the fries and gravy, you add some of that squeaky cheese there to make it poutine. I'm all in on that, but squished peas, nah, that don't go with French fries and gravy. And what beans on toast? And that's weird. Like I don't know. Like I would eat beans and then take the toast and like sop up the bean juice, but just having the beans on the toast to begin with, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it works, but I don't know. Again, I shouldn't be talking about that. You know, uh, I say you shouldn't knock something until you try it, but like I've had toast and I've had the beans, and I could just imagine the flavors together. And like I said, it wouldn't necessarily be offensive, but like there's better combinations. Is all I'm saying. G-Dub, green peas might as well be dried fish. G-Dub, you're like my brother James. Like my brother James will not eat. We call them English peas. I guess in England they just call them peas, but the little small round green peas. My brother James won't eat them. Will not eat them. Not in a house. Not on a boat. Not in. I forgot all the green eggs and ham references, but no, he won't eat them anywhere. Not here nor there. G-Dub, hate green peas and cauliflower. I don't mind green peas, but I don't like cauliflower either. Like cauliflower, to me, cauliflower is like broccoli with no flavor. Like I like broccoli, I don't like cauliflower. Cauliflower just is like broccoli with no flavor. It's like, why would you eat cauliflower if you could just eat broccoli? It's the same thing except broccoli's got flavor. Simon said, have you ever come up north to Isabel Province? Give me a shout, buddy. It would be great to meet you. Absolutely. Like I'm going to travel around, fairly regularly once I kind of, get going. Like I said, eventually, YouTube will. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to get monetized enough to just take care of like some of the expenses, the expenses for YouTube, and then that'll free up more money to do more things and make more YouTube videos, and hopefully then make more money to take more trips, to do more YouTube. Like it's a cycle. She does it, not on a house. That made me laugh. Yeah, no, this is the whole green eggs and ham. Like my brother is that way with green peas. Like, not here nor there. He won't eat green peas anywhere. But yeah, Simon, I'll be glad to come meet you. I'll pet your dogs and everything. Y'all excuse me for being quiet for a minute. Sometimes it's hard to because I'm trying to be, somewhat entertaining, but, keeping a constant dialogue, for, I'll have to look over there how long I've been on, but, for like an hour and a half or so, it starts to wear on your vocal cords. So if I like am quiet for a minute, forgive me, I'm just resting up for my next burst of random I don't know, just rambling. Just enjoying your company, Mr. A. I enjoy your company too, Simon. You seem like a great guy. I tend to have fun with everybody, because I don't know. I'm just easy to get along with, and I'm not bragging or anything. It's just I think everybody that allows other people to just be themselves, be whoever they authentically are. Like you're gonna get along with the majority of people. Like some people you just can't get along with. They just refuse. Like they're isolated in their own cynical world, and I don't really want to be around them people anyway, so it's okay if they don't want to hang out with me. But But the majority of people, I'm gonna get along with them. And I've said before, like, you know, you can be your authentic weird self, and I am probably gonna laugh at you, but that's okay because I will also give you plenty of opportunities to laugh at my weirdness. So as long as it's you know, mutual laughter, it all works out. Yeah, this has been a you know, a good live stream. There's been it's just like good positive fun and energy, and you know, like yesterday it got a little tense at times. There were like there was people kind of being snarky with each other, and like that's the one thing that I don't like on, you know, my live stream. I've always said, you can, you know, the if trolls come in, like I make so many people moderators, but I really don't need moderators, like because if someone says something to me, let it go. Like I'm gonna answer, and I'm probably gonna, you know, answer it pretty funny. Uh, but I don't mind trolls at all because it's my choice to put myself out there in the public, and you know, I am allowing people to say anything they want about that because that's their right. You know, it's whoever's watching this, it's your right to say anything you want about me, because I'm putting myself out there for criticism or for, you know, uh, compliments. Either way, like it's your choice, and like I'm not gonna bash anybody for their opinion. Like I just enjoy the engagement. Like if you want to comment something bad, as far as I'm concerned, it's a comment, and it's, you know, it helps me out. So, but when it comes to like verbally attacking or abusing like other people in the chat in the live stream that, you know, are like join to enjoy the content and is not putting themselves out there for public ridicule, leave them alone. Like this is a safe space for everybody in the chat. Like I'm the only one that should be subject to any kind of abuse. I welcome it. Rena said, "Sir, what is your favorite food?" Okay, like if you're just talking about like overall, you know, I would say Italian. I lived in Italy when I was 12 and 13, and it completely ruined uh, my view of Italian food everywhere else in the world. Like if it's not what I view as like authentic Italian, then I'm critical. Um, so yeah, so no, I don't like Filipino sweet sauce. But like every year on my birthday, for many years, I would have spaghetti. That was my go-to birthday meal. Uh, Spaghetti, and so that would be probably my favorite food, like spaghetti with a marinara sauce. And I make mine. It's kind of like a cross between like a primavera sauce and a carbonara, or not a carbonara. My mind just went blank. Like a bolognese sauce, you know, because it's got meat in it. Uh, but like I'll cook down, you know, like onions, and uh, I'll like thinly sliced zucchini, and you know, in olive oil I'll brown onions and the zucchini, then add the tomatoes, and you know, cook that, let that cook for a long time. Because normally I'll cook my meat first. Like I'll brown all my meat and then pull it off to the side, and then in the pan, you know, with the meat drippings, I'll add some olive oil to, you know, because you want all those flavors. Like you don't get rid of, when you're cooking, you don't get rid of flavors. You keep using and building on flavors. But so I'll you know, cook down my onions, zucchini, add my tomatoes, add my meat back in, and let that all simmer for, you know, as long as it needs to. You know, you constantly tasting and like make sure all the flavors get married together, and yeah. And then the key is the pasta. Like you got to get good pasta. If you like, I haven't really seen it very often over here, but if you're looking for pasta, you want to look for bronze, and you know, it's a little more expensive. And the way you can tell just by sight, like bronze dye pasta will almost look white, whereas you know, the other pasta will be, you know, yellow. And the bronze dye cut pasta, like if you were to look at the pasta under like a microscope, like bronze dye cut pasta basically has like a little like imperfections, and like the sauce sticks to the pasta easier. It's not a slippery pasta. Like the sauce doesn't like slip off of it. It sticks to the pasta. Anyway, I'm going on. I love spaghetti. Let's see. Wait. I missed a lot of comments. Let's see. Okay, my favorite food. Oh, story time with James. Y'all subscribe to Story Time with James. He tells some funny stories. Cool guy. Cool hat. Thanks, James. Yeah, I got this in Manila. I want to say I was at the, I forgot the name of that market. We talked about it the other day. Anyway, some open air market in Manila, and I saw this hat, and I like hats. And it's a Ducks Unlimited. I think it's got it on the bill, like Ducks Unlimited, which is a Canadian company that, you know, preserves the wild ducks, geese. Chelsea, good morning. Good morning, Chelsea. Man, I got two niece sighting live stream today. Rachel was in here earlier, said hi. What are you doing up so early? Rena, yeah, Ray, it's okay. Do you like chow-mein, pizza, burger, chicken? Yeah, I like all those things. But my favorite pizza is like wood-fired pizza. Like I know, like in Italy, you know, they'd have like the big stone pizza. A lot of times it'd be outside, and like they'd put the pizza in there, and the way you'd get it a lot of times like in square pieces, and you'd get like two, and you'd kind of like make a sandwich out of it. Excuse me. And then you would scrape all the ass and eat it, and it was delicious. It's like the tomatoes were like it. And that's, to me, that's the thing that I like about Italian cuisine. Like I like that fresh tomato forward taste. And I'm not really a huge burger fan. I know that's weird being from the U.S., but like I'll eat a hamburger, but I don't crave burgers as much as other foods. Rena and cold coffee. I do not like cold coffee. Like when you see me drinking coffee, like you'll notice like when it gets near the end, like I just like chug it basically. When it gets to the point where I can just drink it without sipping it, like it goes quick because I'm not going to sit there and sip on cold coffee. Simon said, not sure if I've missed it, mate, but do you have Filipina lady? My wife and I have been married 9 years now. Best thing ever happened to me. Yeah, no, Filipinas are great, Simon, but no, currently I am not in any kind of relationship, and like no immediate plans. And I've given my reason before that you know I am still fairly new to being in the Philippines and still getting used to who I am in the Philippines, like adjusting to the culture and the way things work, and how the type of person that I'm going to be in the Philippines, how to get things done on my own. And once I figure that out and I feel comfortable and secure living in the Philippines, then I'll add someone else to that life. But I think a lot of foreigners make the mistake of having a relationship before they get here, and like there's challenges with uh, having a relationship with someone that has a different culture than you. Like there's challenges involved with that inherently, and like to add being in a completely new country on top of like relationship challenges is kind of too much. So I think it's better to be more firmly established and then take on the challenges of building a relationship. But Filipinos are definitely worth it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. Let's see. Story time with James. I don't like Filipino sweet sauce either. No, I don't get it, James. Especially like sweet sauce and hot dogs. Like, what is that all about? That's it. Just no. Stop it. Gita. They seem to butcher their dogs differently than the U.S. I get confused. Can't find. They're hogs. Okay, not dogs. I fix. They're hogs. I can't find pork tenderloin, pork shoulder. Am I just not fluent enough to know what's the same? Asking your Pinoy viewers, right? Yeah, no, I've noticed that too, Gary. Like, some like cuts of meat that we're used to, like, and I need to look it up because I'm supposed to. I'm gonna go visit my friend that's also from Louisiana Friday. He has got like a sausage maker thing, and we're gonna make boudin, which is like a Cajun sausage. It's like meat and rice stuffed in a sausage casing, smoked boudin. But we're gonna make some homemade boudin in the Philippines, and he was asking me like what's the price of pork butt here at the market, because where he's at, he said it was like 400 peso per kilo, and he wanted to see if it was cheaper here. And I told him Thursday I was going to go over to the mahogany market and check prices, but I'm going to have to find out what I need to be looking for, because I don't think I can go into the market and ask for pork butt. I don't know if they'll know what I mean. Simon said, me too, James. I don't like their sweet sauce, especially the pasta sauces. I got some UK sauces delivered from UK. I love a lot of Filipino food, though. I wouldn't say I love a lot. There are certain Filipino dishes that I enjoy, like, being in Tagaytay, like, bulalo is at the top of the list because, you can get some really good bulalo here. Rayna, like done. Yeah, I'm doing good on likes. I got, I've been keeping more likes than people, so that's good. Um, G-Dub said they're pigs. I mean, yeah, no, I read it as dogs at first. I was like, how do we butcher dogs in the? Because I was thinking you were talking about hot dogs at first because, Filipino hot dogs are completely different too. I don't know what the hell they're fake red coloring or what. Like they are just not good. Hot like I mean, and I'm not saying like hot dogs are supposed to be a high quality product. I mean, they're made out of like the worst parts of the pig, but come on, like you can do better. Susie, sound off. 1, 2, sound off. 3, 4, sound off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are we at? Hold on. Wait. Wait, wait. What happened? I accidentally like scrolled and flipped off of my own channel. I got to get back to where I was in the comments. James said, yes, I get mine from America. There, it's missing something. Are you talking about pasta sauce, James? Like I make my own. I make mine from scratch, and like you can find like good canned tomatoes. Like you can even find like canned tomatoes imported from Italy, and before anybody starts like criticizing canned tomatoes, probably 90% of the time, canned tomatoes are better than fresh tomatoes. You heard it here first, all right? Because like canned tomatoes, like they're like tomatoes have a certain season when they're their best, all right? And that's when tomatoes for canned tomatoes are picked. They're like the best tomatoes at the best season and then quickly canned, and they're fresh, like they're canned. It's, cans are vacuum sealed, like it's just like fresh tomatoes. But fresh tomatoes that you get, from the market or whatever, like there's no, what I'm trying to say, there's no relying on quality and consistency. Like you may get, a good tomato and one, depending on what time of year or the conditions in which they were grown, like, they may not be the best, but canned tomatoes consistently are good. So like for making like your own spaghetti sauce, always use canned tomatoes. Like it cooking them, fresh is just kind of bougie. Like you don't need to do that. Canned works great. Now, even better, like I want to plant some here. I want to grow like some basil. Like I like fresh basil. Susie said you keep going in and out. What do you mean in and out? Like the sound or the video going in and out? Rena, story time, my sports channel, please join me. Yeah, story time. Like click on Rena's name and subscribe. Thanks for the shout out, Ray. Absolutely, James. You know how we do it here. Like support each other. Like I said earlier in the chat, like YouTube gives you 2,000 subscriptions. Like use those subscriptions on people that subscribe to you, support you. Like it doesn't cost anything. Like use up those subscriptions. Story time. My wife is the best I ever had. That's awesome, James. Yeah, no. Sherry cheerleader royal blue, burnt orange, homemade noodles. I like big meatballs and the white sauce mix, barbecue sauce. What do you think of Olive Garden restaurant? I had a friend from the Philippines. What do I think of Olive Garden? I don't like Olive Garden. I mean, it's okay, but it's um, like, I always say, uh, Olive Garden is to Italian food what Taco Bell is for Mexican food, what Panda Express is for Chinese food. Like it plays the part, you know, it but it's not authentic. It's like the flavors are designed for a certain type of palate. Um, like I'll eat it, but it's the fast food equivalent of Italian food, in my opinion. Like I don't like uh, I I don't know if there was any like chain Italian places that that were good to me in the U.S. G-Dub said pot roast. Damn, I'm hurting, y'all. Yeah, I know, a good pot roast. And excuse me, I'm gonna get a crock pot in the near future, and I'm gonna make some pot roast. Uh, I'll make some pot roast, and uh, then I might because I can't eat a whole pot roast by myself, but I'll probably I'll cut off some of the pot roast, and then because that beef will be really tender and falling apart if I do a beef pot roast. Uh, and then I'll make beef stroganoff. Like I like a good beef stroganoff. Like take the pot roast, make some thick brown gravy, with the egg noodles and say mushrooms. And the one problem I have here is it's hard to find good sour cream. Pretty much any dairy product, but like the really thick sour cream, like I've found like some runny sour cream. It's not the same, but I mean I like that thick sour cream. G-Dub, Olive Garden salad dressing rocks. Their mains are fine, but nothing to get excited about. Yeah, no, Olive Garden, like, and see, I like Olive Garden salad because I mean you can't really mess up salad, and I basically Olive Garden salad dressing. If you take like the zesty Italian dressing, you get like Kraft or whatever. I think I don't know what the brand is, but it's the zesty Italian dressing, and then get the pepperoncino peppers, and because you're gonna have the pepperoncinos in the salad, like Olive Garden salad has, the pepperoncinos, but you put like 2/3 of the zesty Italian dressing, and then 1/3 of the pepperoncino juice, and mix it up, and then drizzle and mix, and it'll be like the Olive Garden salad dressing. Simon said 375 pesos per kilo here in Isabela. We sometimes buy a big pork tenderloin. Okay. Ring, sir, I am going to leave. Okay, bye. See you later, Rena. Appreciate you stopping by. Chelsea making me hungry too early this morning. I hear you, Chelsea. Make some red eye gravy, and you got biscuits, Chelsea. You got biscuits. Make some biscuits with some red eye gravy. And right now, Chelsea's trying to figure out what red eye gravy is. Basically, Chelsea, you just take you some, cook you some bacon, and then with the bacon grease, Like once the bacon's done, you pull the bacon off, you take the bacon grease and you add flour, you make a roux, and then you're gonna add coffee. That's what you'll add water. I mean, you don't use like all coffee to make the gravy, but you add some water and then coffee, like leftover coffee from that morning, and that's what makes red eye gravy, is the coffee in your gravy. Let's see. Simon said, I can vouch for that, James. We are blessed having our amazing and beautiful wives. Absolutely. Like, bye, Rena. Bye, everyone. Story time with James said, yes. Susie said, I know, right, Chelsea? Yeah, see, y'all come over here. I'll cook for you. We'll figure out something. I'm always hungry daily. Sherry Cheerleader Royal Blue Burnt Orange is always hungry. I have a feeling, Sherry, you're a Filipina. Filipinas are always hungry. Like if you don't feed a Filipina, they're like it's like I was saying the other day, it's like the Gremlins movie. You know, you don't get them wet or feed them after dark. Well, Filipinas, if you don't feed them, they turn into gremlins. G-Dub, tomatoes, yeah, gotta know when to pick them, know when to can them, know when to walk away, know when to run. Yeah, because every canner knows that, you know, the secret to survival. James, I subscribe. Okay, you subscribe to Rena. Yeah, subscribe to everybody. Can I allow to hear Saray? You can. I finished my name. Yeah, no, do whatever you need to do, Pogie. Like, you don't have to ask permission to do anything with me. You're good. Whatever you want to do, Pogie, I'm behind you 110%. Amy comes in enough time to say hi to Rena as she's walking out the door. Susie got to go, about to get my day started with a good cardio workout. Bye for now. All right, Suze, love you, sis. Enjoy your workout. I'm very proud of you for getting healthy. Keep it up. Amy said, Sir Pogie, how are you? Pogie said, Navy Woman's in the house. Doing good, Poe. Story time with James. Hey, Navy Woman, Amy. Cherry Cheerleader Royal Blue Burnt Orange says, I see that that's understandable because fast food gets expensive and you don't get much food out of unless you have a big order. I also subscribed. I'd like to see more from you. I appreciate you, Sherry. And, you know, I did a video about like being healthy in the Philippines, and I made the point, and it's true, like in the U.S., it is cheaper to eat fast food than eat like fresh vegetables and fruit. Like fresh vegetables and fruit, like costs a lot of money in the U.S. If you want to eat healthy, you're going to pay more money. It's cheaper to, you know, get fast food, and, you know, that's where all the obesity and everything comes in the U.S. It's like people just eating processed food, not healthy foods. But in the Philippines, it's opposite. Like, it's going to cost you more to eat fast food than go to the local market and load up on fruits and vegetables. Like, you can buy, you know, tons more fruits and vegetables than with the same money you could get, you know, at a fast food place. So, let's see. Pogie, Navy Woman, she was beautiful and genuine Filipina beauty. Pogie just throwing his poginess out on Navy Woman. Pogie is a big flirt. I taught him well. Gita, red eye gravy and a red eye flight, a little Tabasco, I'm set. I know, Ray, you're a Louisiana hot sauce guy. Yeah, absolutely. Like, Tabasco is from Louisiana, but it's not Louisiana hot sauce. And I'll eat Tabasco. I'll eat any hot sauce just about. I mean, there's some, like, I don't know. I'm a hot sauce connoisseur. Like you got your Frank's Red Hot. It's a good hot sauce, but it's for, to me, a very specific reason. Like Frank's Red Hot sauce is only for, you melt butter, you add Frank's Red Hot sauce to the melted butter, and then you put on chicken wings. Like you fried chicken wings or baked chicken wings, and then toss them in the butter and Frank's Red Hot sauce to make hot wings. Like to me, that's the only purpose for Frank's Red Hot, but it's really good at that one purpose. Like I wouldn't use Louisiana hot sauce for hot wings. You can, but it's not as good. But Louisiana hot sauce to me is like the perfect hot sauce that you just add on whatever, just random rice. Just throw some hot sauce on there. Make it better. Wait. Simon, me too. Good night, all. Great to meet you all. God bless, Simon. Thanks, Simon, for coming by. Like, you're great. I'm not going to be on here too much longer. I am over 2 hours. Look at that. Poe says, take care. Yeah. What is that? Ingot Simon. Storytelling Jam. Yes, it's the opposite. Yeah, fresh food versus fast food is opposite in the Philippines. G-Dub, be good, y'all. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Thanks for the convo with us, Ray. G-Dub, I appreciate you stopping by. See you next time. Do your thing, brother. Oh, yes, sir, Ray. It's opposite here than your lovable country and all aspects of life. Yep. Storytime Jane, we get our food from the market. Absolutely. I mean, that's the cheapest place to get it. Cheerleader, Royal Blue, Born Orange, LOL Ray. I can relate to that. I must have Philippines in me. I always got to snack on something like mixed nuts or cookie pie cake. I also like pizza too. It's been a while since I had pizza. Well, where are you from, Sherry? I'm gonna wait till I find out where you're from, and then I'll end this live stream. Pogie said, I went to live stream of Navy Woman last night, Saray. That's why I said she was beautiful. Yeah, I know, Pogie. I'm just messing with you about you being a player. Pogie the player. So right now I am just waiting for Sherry to say where she's from, and then we'll end this live stream. So anybody get your final comments in there, final thoughts for the live stream, because I'm gonna wrap it up and strip down my underwear, lay in the bed, watch videos till I fall asleep. That's my plan. But I've come over here. I've come over. I've come over here. How many times? I don't think I've actually finished. Oh, we're getting some comments. Let's see. Pogie said, "Oh wait, my camera didn't follow me. Hold on. What are you doing over here? Hey you. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you being weird? Why are you being weird? Come over here with me." Let's see. Pogie said, no, sir, I'm not a womanizer. I'm just a flatterer joker. I'm just messing with you, Pogie. Like, these are all jokes. Like, if you're taking me super serious, like, you got the wrong impression of me, because I'm rarely super serious. I'm about having fun. So If I'm saying something like that to you, Pokey, I'm just having fun with you. Lynn making all kinds of faces at me. Pokey doing the blue laughy thing. Story time with James. I went to her page too. Okay, yeah, to Amy. Pokey, do you introduce Navy woman? She just has a channel. Pokey, like everybody subscribes to everybody. I was joking with Sherry, cheerleader. I'm from USA and Tennessee, Ray. It's getting worse over here, government-wise, because of Trump in office. You know, you can make the best out of anywhere that you are in the world, but I chose the Philippines because, like, it just seemed to fit with the lifestyle that I wanted to have. Like, everybody over here is happy. It's more like the South used to be, where everybody was friendly to everybody and, spoke and smiled. And I've actually got some friends from Texas. They're a couple, and they're going to be moving over, and they're going to visit Tagaytay to, see if that's where they want to move permanently. But they're moving from Texas over here to the Philippines. Let's see. Poggy said, really with James? Let's see, what about James? What James said? Okay, Poggy, good job. Poggy, be sure you will be a success. Of course, Poggy will be a success anything he does, because he's the Poggy. He's my Zambales Subic Poggy guy. Story on, yeah, she has a good channel. Yeah, no, she's. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of Amy, because, like, she'll just have her live stream. She'll just be sweeping or doing laundry, and you got all these viewers. Like, and like I said, I'm not looking for any kind of woman. Sherry said, but I dream to move to Ireland and visit Tokyo, Japan. I've always wanted to visit Ireland. It was on my bucket list. For a long time, it was probably second behind New Zealand. Because, see, I got this thing for penguins. I love penguins. They make me smile. I just like penguins. And I've always wanted to see penguins in the wild. And of all the places where it's possible to see penguins in the wild, New Zealand is the most attractive choice for me. So one day I'm going to go to New Zealand, see penguins in the wild. New Zealand and Australia. And maybe one day I'll get to Ireland. And then Lynn's trying to be a matchmaker to Poggy and Amy. But anyway, I'm gonna. Well, now let's see. Did this go out? Yeah, I think now that my cigarette went out, I think it's getting about time to end this live stream. I don't have my hat on. I can't do my normal thing. Can't do my normal thing because this. I got to get my hat. I got to get my hat. What are you doing, robot? You're not pointed at me. Where are you pointed? Why are you looking at the refrigerator? Hey, come over here. All right. So you guys know what's going to happen next. You guys that have been in my live stream for a while or seen any of my videos, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you again. Wait, someone said something. Let me. Hold on. Poggy's 36 in reserves. Philippine Navy, I admire so much, I think. I'm in love, just joking. Poggy's laughing. Sherry looks nighttime. See you soon, Ray. It was a nice conversation with you today. Thanks, Sherry. I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope to see you. I do a live stream pretty much the exact same time every day. So anyway, I appreciate y'all stopping by, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Who dat? I love you all.